It's almost here. We're getting a fuller than full look at what ostensibly Zack Snyder's vision for Justice League originally was. And while the original was recut, refilmed, mashed up, critically panned, dedicated fans, not necessarily me, but dedicated fans, managed to convince Warner Brothers, sometimes angrily, to release a 4-hour extended cut. And while expectation is all over the board, that same crew of dedicated fans fully expect it to be amazing, and most really don't. But hear me out. I'm unironically hyped for it, and I'm about to make my case for why I'm so pumped. For real, I'm Dan Upton, and this is the Doomcast. Hey, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe thing, and then the bell. Thanks. Alright, so I am pumped for this movie, but not for the reasons that Snyder Cut cultists or Snyder haters would really expect. I think that the original cut had some bright spots. It was mostly a mess. I think that Zack Snyder does very original things visually. I think he has an eye for kind of eye-popping, cool-looking scenes. I don't really like his placement of Christian iconography. I don't really have a problem with Christian iconography. I just think he puts it in really weird places. Like the Jesus Joker. Jesus. But other than that, most of the DCEU is also that way. Kind of a little bit of a mess. So could an additional nearly 2 hours of runtime make this a better movie? Okay, maybe not. However, I do contend that it cannot make it worse. Right now, after a year in quarantine, I crave the sort of macabre spectacle of Tiger King and the like. But that's not really what it is that I'm in it for, because there's a low chance the reshoots make it better. But not zero. Now this is the part where you remind me that it's not mostly reshoots, but in fact footage that was already there, but only just retouched. Okay, we've all heard you. And not everything is a team sport. It's gonna have a ludicrous number of new characters, including Darkseid, Desaad, the Joker, Martian Manhunter, and inevitably more that they're going to add. And do I think they're gonna get them right? Like the Green Lantern and Hawkman cameos? No, highly unlikely. Will it at least be a visually cool looking mess? Absolutely it will. Am I excited to see Martian Manhunter and maybe Booster Gold or Blue Beetle or whatever else he's going to throw in there with Darkseid Omega sanctioning some fool? Absolutely I am. Holy shit, do I think it's going to make sense? There's a really short list of potential outcomes for this movie. Because here's the thing. An army of relatively toxic fans, not all of you guys are toxic, but some of you, man. Anyway, they succeeded in petitioning a major studio to greenlight a re-release of a major motion picture after some, but not a lot, of reshoots. And so there's really only a couple possibilities, and I'm going to rank each in likelihood. Most likely, it's overlong and not amazing, critically panned but satisfying to Snyderites, and just barely justifies its existence to maintain Snyder's finger in a convoluted DCEU using characters I feel he mostly misunderstands the appeal of, but anyway. Second most likely, it is a hot mess. It is so poorly received that it forces WB to reevaluate their relationship with Snyder or wholly reboot the DCEU under completely different creative leadership. It is a total disaster of a movie, and the characters I've hoped for in big screen adaptations never get one again. Thanks a lot, no movie studio listens to or is bullied into ever releasing or changing anything about any movie ever again because you guys were wrong. Least likely, it's either much better or fucking amazing. Snyder cultists are vindicated entirely, and the original critics are surprised and forced to eat their words. And this Gettysburg-length epic actually works so much better than the original that it is now critically lauded. Angels sing, everyone on Earth simultaneously comes, poverty is ended, Elvis returns to the Earth to gather the faithful, defeat the lizard people, and reveal that he, all along, was in fact both Q and the machine consciousness, which orbits the Earth as its protector. Joker Jesus becomes the 47th President of the United States of America. Any future fan petition is considered gnarly and taken seriously to the point where the entertainment industry landscape changes fundamentally and permanently. Gina Carano and Pepe Le Pew make a Dr. Seuss pen porno, and it ends up winning the Oscar for Best Picture in 2022. Holy shit! What I'm saying is this. All of these potential outcomes are actually relatively good for every single kind of fan. Whether it's fine, or a transfixing train wreck, or amazing, or a Kaibo fire, all of them are going to end up being great. And I truly don't think that this 4-hour version could be worse than the original. Dan, you were really super hard on WandaVision. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I just pointed out the things I didn't like, and yeah, Marvel has more than proven itself capable of top-notch production and has earned my trust to a point where they kind of cashed in on a decade of goodwill. That's not really the point here. But at the end of the day, I am in Snyder's corner because I do want it to do well, because I understand that he had something pulled away from him in the midst of a impossible personal tragedy while working on the movie, and that the creative control was given to somebody who I like much less now that I know more about that person. So I'm in his corner. I hope it's better. I hope he's right. But as much as I want our popular culture to also be aspirational and reach for artistic achievement, for now, I'll take a total train wreck if it's bright and flashy and cool. Thanks everybody for watching. This has been the Doomcast. I will see you next week.